Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive with us.
Yeah.
Today, we're going all the way to Logan, Australia
Ooh.
to figure out just what makes a recording studio website stand out, really sing.
I see what you did there.
Pun intended, of course.
Of course.
We've got this super interesting article from Site Design Now.
Okay.
They're a web design company based in Logan.
Local.
Yeah, and they've got some really strong opinions about what musicians actually look for when they're choosing a studio online.
Okay, cool.
So whether you're into the music industry or marketing, or even if you just want to know how to make a website that really pops, this deep dive is for you.
Yeah, websites are fascinating. They're like this virtual storefront,
Right.
especially in a place like Logan, which the article describes as just like this hub of musical talent.
Yeah.
A website needs to stand out.
It has to.
It really does.
So let's jump right into Site Design Now's first must-have feature,
Okay.
studio equipment. So you might be thinking, just say you've got good gear, right?
Yeah, just say it's great. Yeah,
Really?
top of the line.
But they're saying musicians want the specifics.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they want to know that they're working with, like, the best of the best.
I want to know that they're using the same stuff as their idols.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
It does.
Yeah, if you're a musician, like you're really passionate about your craft,
Oh, totally.
you want to know that the studio you choose has equipment that will do your music justice.
Right. Yeah, so putting those brand names and model numbers, it's kind of like a chef showing off their Michelin star-worthy knives or ovens or something.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that analogy.
So we're talking brands like a Neumann U87 microphone,
Oh, okay.
which for anyone who's not an audiophile, that's like a legendary condenser mic.
Oh, wow.
It's known for its really rich, warm sound, and it's often used by like top vocalists around the world.
So like the top tier stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Or an SSL mixing console. Those are the ones that are used in like high-end studios everywhere.
Nice. So these names like really mean something to musicians.
Oh yeah, they instantly signal quality.
Quality. Okay.
But it's not just about name dropping.
Right. Yeah.
The article really emphasizes that you need to present this information with some enthusiasm
Okay.
and clarity as well.
Yeah.
Think about it. If the website copy is really dull and lifeless when they're talking about the gear, it might make the studio itself seem kind of out of touch.
Yeah, like they don't really care.
Exactly.
Okay.
But if they describe their equipment with passion
Yeah.
and they highlight its unique capabilities, it shows they really care about the quality of their sound.
Yeah, and that's a big draw for musicians.
Huge draw.
Passion. Yeah.
It's like they're saying, we're geeking out over this gear. You should too.
Exactly. Yeah, get on our level.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so once you've wowed them with all this amazing gear,
Right.
you've got to show them what you can do.
Show, don't tell.
Show, don't tell, exactly.
That's where the portfolio comes in. That's Site Design Now's second essential element.
Number 2.
Portfolio.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they say it shouldn't just be like a generic list of past clients.
Right.
It's about showing off high-quality audio clips, maybe some snippets of video
Oh, wow.
that really represent the studio's capabilities.
So like a highlight reel.
Exactly like a film director's reel. You want to see those captivating scenes, the moments that give you goosebumps.
The good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And here's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
They highlight the importance of having a diverse range of genres in your portfolio.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So if you're a metal band, you're more likely to go with the studio that's produced some awesome metal tracks in the past.
Yeah. You want to know they can handle your sound?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or if you're a folk artist, you want to see that they've captured that warmth and intimacy in their previous work.
It's all about showing them that you get it.
Yeah, speaking their language,
Yeah.
showing them that you understand their genre and you can help them achieve their unique sound.
You're on their team. Okay, cool. So you're a musician. You're scrolling through a studio's website.
Okay.
You've seen their awesome equipment.
Yeah,
You're loving the portfolio,
I'm digging it.
but you feel like something's missing.
Okay.
Like you want to know what other musicians are saying about their experience at this studio?
Right. You want that social proof.
Exactly.
I want to know if other people actually had a good time.
And that's where testimonials come in.
Testimonials.
Site Design Now's third essential element.
Element number 3, testimonials.
They say that testimonials are like digital word of mouth, which is so powerful.
Ah, yeah, word of mouth is huge.
It is.
It's like the best marketing you could ask for.
Think about it. You're way more likely to trust a recommendation from a friend
Oh, for sure.
than some flashy advertisement.
Absolutely.
And testimonials, they kind of tap into that same psychology.
Yeah, because it feels more genuine.
Right.
Like it's not just the studio trying to sell themselves.
Exactly.
It's real people.
So you see those real people raving about their experience at the studio, and it can be super persuasive.
Totally, I can see that.
And Site Design Now suggests even including their names and photos
Oh, nice.
to make those testimonials even more authentic.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah.
It's not just a faceless quote.
Right.
It's a real person vouching for them.
It becomes more real and relatable. You
Yeah.
know, like, hey, if they had a good experience, maybe I will too.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. I like it.
So you've checked out the gear.
Yeah.
You've seen the portfolio.
Love it.
The testimonials are glowing.
Glowing.
You're ready to book a session, right?
I'm ready.
But what if the booking process is like a total nightmare?
Oh, no. That's a huge turnoff.
It is. Site Design Now actually brings up a really good point here.
Okay.
The need for a user-friendly online booking system.
Oh, that's important.
Yeah, that's their fourth essential element.
Number 4. Okay.
I mean, in today's world, who wants to play phone tag or wait days for an email reply?
Nobody has time for that.
No, it just screams unprofessional and inconvenient.
Yeah, for sure.
Musicians are busy.
Oh, totally. They're always on the go.
They need a system that's as smooth and seamless as their music.
Makes sense.
And they specifically mention mobile friendliness.
Oh, that's super important nowadays.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So many people are browsing and booking things on their phones.
All the time. Yeah.
Can you imagine trying to navigate a clunky website that was made for a desktop on your tiny little phone screen?
Just thinking about it gives me a headache.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
So a seamless online booking system is not just convenient. It also shows the studio respects their client's time.
Right. They're thinking about the user experience.
Exactly. And that they understand the modern musician's lifestyle.
Yeah.
It signals that they're professional and client-centric.
Which is so important.
Huge difference in a competitive market.
Absolutely. Okay. So far, so good.
Right.
But imagine you land on a studio's website
Okay.
and it's all just like fancy pictures
Okay.
and vague descriptions. You're left wondering, what do they even do? What does recording even involve?
Right. Mystery is great for thriller movies.
Yeah.
Not so much for a recording studio website.
I want to know what I'm getting.
And that brings us to Site Design Now's fifth and final essential element.
Okay.
Crystal clear service descriptions.
Crystal clear. Got it.
Potential clients. They need to understand exactly what services the studio provides.
It's got to be laid out for them.
It does.
Simple.
Yeah, and I think a lot of studios get caught up in using all this jargon,
Oh, yeah.
which just alienates potential clients.
Totally.
So Site Design Now stresses how important it is to use clear, concise language
Okay.
that anyone can understand.
Gotcha.
It's about breaking down those barriers and making the recording process accessible to everyone.
Leveling the playing field.
Yeah.
So they know what they're in for.
And they even suggest including pricing information
Oh, yeah.
or package options.
That's good.
Transparency about pricing is so important.
It is.
It builds trust, and it avoids those awkward surprises down the line.
Awkward conversations. Yeah.
Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that.
So a well-structured website with these clear service descriptions,
Okay.
it shows that the studio is organized, professional,
Yeah.
and values open communication.
All good things.
So there you have it.
We did it.
The 5 essential features for a recording studio website, according to Site Design Now.
5 essential features.
But here's where I want to take this deep dive even further.
Ooh. I'm intrigued.
Let's go beyond the basics
Okay.
and really explore what makes a recording studio website exceptional.
I like it. Let's go.
What makes it stand out?
I'm ready. You know, it's really interesting how these 5 elements kind of work together, like
Yeah.
a well-produced track. They create this cohesive experience that draws the musician in
Okay.
and makes them feel confident about choosing that studio.
Yeah, it's like a marketing symphony.
Oh, I like that.
You start by showcasing that awesome equipment, then you hit them with a killer portfolio. And those testimonials, they add this extra layer of social proof.
Yeah, like a harmonious chorus backing up the lead singer.
Exactly.
I love it.
And then, bam, you hit them with that seamless online booking system.
Yeah.
So they can act on that impulse, that excitement they're feeling.
So smooth.
Right.
No more clunky forms.
Or frantic phone calls.
It's all about making it super easy for them to just say yes.
Exactly.
And underpinning all of this are those crystal clear service descriptions, making sure there's absolutely no confusion about what they're getting.
like, here's what we do, here's how we do it, and here's what it'll cost you.
Exactly.
Oh, hidden
And
tracks.
surprises.
Now, it's important to keep in mind that Site Design Now is a web design company.
Right.
So they're coming at this from a web designer's perspective.
Okay.
They highlight the importance of professional design,
Right.
which makes sense.
Of course.
That's their bread and butter.
Right.
But even setting that aside, their core message is really powerful. A website is often the very first impression a potential client has of a business.
Especially in the digital age.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like walking into a studio for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Is it messy and disorganized? Or does it feel professional and inviting?
Right. A website can convey that same feeling.
That first impression.
Exactly. And in a competitive market like Logan's music scene,
You really can't afford to have a website that's outdated or confusing.
it's an investment,
It is.
one that's worth making.
No, what I found interesting is that they emphasized understanding Australian business standards and regulations.
Oh, yeah. They mentioned that.
It just shows that they're not applying some generic web design principles.
Mm-hmm.
They're really tailoring their approach to the specific needs of Australian businesses.
Right. So it's not one size fits all.
Exactly.
They're thinking about the local context, which can make a big difference in building trust with those potential clients.
Huge.
So we've covered those 5 essential features according to Site Design Now.
5 essential.
But let's put on our musician hats for a moment.
Okay.
If you were looking for a studio in Logan, what would make one website stand out from all the others?
Ooh, that's a great question.
What would make you say, this is the studio for me?
It's about going beyond the basics
Okay.
and finding those special elements
Yeah.
that create a real connection.
All right.
We talked about showcasing high-quality audio clips.
Yeah.
But what if studios took it a step further and they incorporated video content
Ooh,
into their portfolios?
I like where you're going with this.
Yeah.
So instead of just hearing a snippet of a song,
Right.
you could see behind-the-scenes footage of a recording session.
Ooh, yeah.
You could see the musicians interacting with the producer,
Yeah.
feeling the vibe of the studio.
Creating a more immersive experience. You know,
Good stuff.
showing the personality of the studio and the people behind the music.
It's like those making of documentaries that you see for films.
Yeah, exactly.
You get a glimpse into that creative process,
Yeah.
and it just makes you appreciate the final product even more.
Totally. And speaking of the people behind the music,
Yes.
what about featuring the studio's engineers and producers more prominently on the website?
That's a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
For a lot of musicians, the engineer or the producer is just as important as the studio itself.
Oh, for sure.
They want to know who is going to be shaping their sound,
Right.
who they're going to be collaborating with.
It's a big deal.
It is, think of it like choosing a restaurant based on the chef's reputation.
Oh, yeah, that's a good analogy.
You might be drawn to a particular studio because of a specific engineer who's known for their work in a certain genre.
Exactly.
So showcasing the team's experience, their credentials, even their musical influences.
Okay.
It adds that personal touch that can really set a studio apart.
It makes it less about the equipment and more about that human connection.
Exactly, which is so important in music.
It is.
And this actually ties back to those testimonials.
Mm.
Imagine having testimonials specifically about individual engineers or producers.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Right.
It's like getting a recommendation from a friend
Exactly.
who's worked with that specific person.
It creates that instant trust and familiarity.
Love it.
Okay, what else?
And let's not forget the power of social media.
Social media is huge.
A website shouldn't exist in isolation.
It needs to be part of a bigger online presence.
So integrating those social media feeds can keep the website fresh and dynamic.
Oh, for sure.
Imagine embedding live feeds from Instagram or Facebook,
Okay.
showing behind-the-scenes content, upcoming events, or even just snippets of daily studio life,
I like it.
right? It's like inviting potential clients into the studio's world,
Yeah.
giving them a taste of what it's like to be a part of that community.
And it reinforces that the studio is active and engaged online.
It does. It builds that brand awareness.
Yeah.
And it helps attract new followers.
So we've talked about showcasing the studio's equipment portfolio team, social media presence. What about the studio space itself?
You're thinking about virtual tours.
Yes.
I love it.
Imagine being able to virtually walk through the studio.
Okay.
See the recording rooms, control rooms, lounges.
Ooh, yeah.
Get a feel for the space and the atmosphere.
Like those 3D walkthroughs you see for real estate listings.
Exactly. You can explore the space at your own pace,
Yeah.
get a sense of the layout and the vibe.
That's cool.
And for musicians who might be traveling from out of town,
Yeah.
it can be incredibly helpful to see the studio beforehand.
Especially if they're booking it for like an extended period.
Right. It helps reduce any of that anxiety or uncertainty and makes them feel more comfortable and familiar with the environment.
Smart.
And speaking of making people feel comfortable,
Okay.
what about adding interactive elements to the website?
Ooh, interactive elements. That's interesting.
It could be something as simple as a quiz about music production
Okay.
or a poll about people's favorite local bands.
I like that.
It's a fun way to engage those visitors and get them thinking about their own musical interests.
Yeah.
And it could even provide some valuable insights for the studio.
Oh, interesting.
Like, what genres are people most interested in?
Right.
What are their biggest challenges when it comes to recording?
It's a way to gather feedback and understand your target audience,
It is.
which can help you tailor your services and your marketing efforts.
Exactly. And finally, let's not forget the power of storytelling.
Ooh, storytelling.
Storytelling is really at the heart of any good marketing campaign.
It's about connecting with people on an emotional level.
Instead of just listing services and equipment,
Mm-hmm.
what if studios use their website to tell compelling stories
Okay.
about their work?
I like that.
Imagine reading a case study about how a local band recorded their breakthrough album at the studio,
Ooh, yeah.
or how a world-renowned producer used the studio's unique acoustics to create a Grammy-winning sound.
But those stories showcase the studio's impact.
Right, their ability to help transform musical dreams into reality.
It's inspiring and memorable.
And it shows, not tells, what makes the studio special.
Show don't tell.
We've thrown out a lot of ideas here, and I know some of them might seem a bit outside the box.
A little bit, yeah.
But that's what makes this so exciting.
It is.
It's about pushing the boundaries of what a recording studio website can be,
Right.
creating an experience that goes beyond just providing basic information.
Exactly.
It's about capturing the essence of the studio, its personality, its passion for music.
Yeah.
It's about creating an online experience that's both informative and inspiring.
Yeah.
A website that really draws musicians in and makes them feel like they've found their musical home.
Absolutely. And I think that's a key takeaway for our listeners today.
Hmm.
Don't be afraid to think outside the box, to go beyond just the basics and create a website that truly reflects the heart and soul of your business.
I love that. Now, I know we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have?
From the essential features that Site Design Now outlined to some pretty out there ideas for making a website truly exceptional.
It's been a journey.
And I can imagine some of you listening might be feeling a little overwhelmed.
Yeah. It can be a lot to take in.
Right. But it's important to remember that you don't have to do this alone.
Oh, absolutely not.
There are so many resources available to help you every step of the way.
Tons of resources.
Like, there are countless web design agencies and freelancers
Yeah.
who specialize in creating websites for creative businesses.
Exactly. And remember, Site Design Now, the company we've been talking about,
Right.
they're a great example of a local company that really understands the specific needs of businesses in Logan.
And beyond that, there are tons of online resources.
Oh, yeah.
Tutorials communities
Sure.
where you can learn about web design and get support from other entrepreneurs.
It's a great way to connect and learn from each other.
So don't be afraid to ask for help.
Please don't.
Investing in a professionally designed website is an investment in your business's future.
Absolutely. And it's an ongoing process. A website isn't something you just create once and forget about.
Right, it's not a set and forget it kind of thing.
It needs to be nurtured and updated regularly
Okay.
with fresh content, new portfolio pieces, evolving service offerings.
So it's like tending a garden.
Oh, I like that analogy.
You need to water it, weed it, prune it
Yeah.
to keep it healthy and thriving.
And as you continue to refine your website,
Right.
always keep your target audience in mind.
What are their needs? What are their pain points? What are they looking for in a recording studio?
The more you understand your audience, the better you'll be able to create a website that really connects with them and ultimately drives those conversions.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of recording studio websites,
Okay.
remember that your website is more than just a digital storefront.
It's so much more.
It's a reflection of your brand,
Right.
your values, and your passion for music.
It's a platform to showcase your creativity, your expertise,
Right.
your commitment to helping musicians achieve their dreams.
So embrace the power of the web, invest in your online presence, and watch your studio soar.
To new heights.
That's it for this episode of The Deep Dive.
Another one, Dan.
Thanks for joining us on this fascinating journey into the world of recording studio websites.
Yeah, thanks, everyone.
We hope you gained some valuable insights and inspiration today.
And remember, the most important thing is to create a website that truly represents your studio's unique identity
Right.
and helps you connect with the right clients.
Until next time, keep diving deep.
Oh.